What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Far Rock 22M, aka Infamous Owen, Infamous underscore Owen on IG. Today, I'm going to bring you another story. This is actually about the second time I got locked up. Now, this is probably going to be one of the last stories about jail or anything. Might be. But something I just wanted to get off my chest real quick because I thought it was a very interesting time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna jump right into it. It might be a few parts of the story, it might be one, depending on how much time is left on my camera. So, all right, man, I'm gonna get right to it, man. Yo, the date is December 23rd, 2008. December 23rd, 2008, a day before Christmas Eve. So, check it out, right? Back in my days, I don't know, the people in Rockaway who know me know that I have a history of, messing with the bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I used to do, in my younger years and all of that. I don't mess with that like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I like to bake. I like to make edibles and things like that. But besides that, I'm not really into, hustling like that. But back in the days, I used to sell a lot of green, you know what I mean, a lot of black, a lot of piff, you know what I'm saying? I was in that you know what I'm saying, that circle, that realm, you know what I mean? Like I really used to do it out here and people know. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I just started a job at Roosevelt Hospital. That's in Manhattan on 59th Street and 10th. It's now known as Mount Sinai West. I started that job November 17th. So from November 17th to 2003, December 23rd, 2008. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, so I just started this job. I'm fresh off of probation. Remember the last story, the Rikers Island story, I was on probation after that. So I did 5 years probation from 2003 to 2008. Completed my probation September, started this new job in November. I always had a job. I was always working. So, well, anyway, so I'm at work one day, right? And I get a text message from my little sister. And the text message says, "The police are at the house looking for you." Now, you get a text message like that, of course, your mind is going to go everywhere. You're going to be, like, yo, what I do? What's going on here? So I asked her, I'm like, well, I text her back, hey, is it blue and white? So is it like uniform cops or is it like plain clothes cops? She says, they're detectives. They're not wearing uniforms and they asking about you. So I'm like, oh, man. So I'm trying to, trying to go back in my mind or trying to see, damn, did I make any mistakes out here? I know I didn't murder anybody. I know I didn't do anything to put me in jail for a long time. But, sometimes the system makes mistakes. So, and, I'm thinking that maybe this might be in one of those cases. So I end up calling the crib. I called my crib and my mom's puts me on the phone with the police officer, one of the police officers. So, I'm talking to this detective, and he got like a funny attitude, like, well, if you don't get down to the precinct and come answer these questions, you're not gonna make it to your house for Christmas time. I'm like, first of all, officer, you don't even know where I am right now, for one. Number two, I ain't gotta come to you until after the New Year's if I felt like it. But the reason why I didn't do that because I didn't know the severity of what they was looking for me for. So I don't know if they didn't find me, they was gonna be kicking in my door every day until they found me or what. Because like I said, I'm very clueless. So you know what I mean? So I'm basically like, all right, well, yeah, I turn myself in, but I'm at work right now, so don't, you know what I mean? Don't go crazy now. They're like, oh, where you work at? We'll come pick you up. We'll come to your job and, you know what I'm saying? We put on the sirens and take you. We just want to answer some questions. We just want to ask you some questions, I'm like, I'm not stupid. You're going to arrest me, like, don't ever believe when they just want to talk to you. And they tell you to step outside of the hole. We just want to talk. Don't go unless you're ready to go to jail. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I hung up the phone. I ain't even gonna lie. I had probably like maybe an hour left at work. So, and I worked in Manhattan. I live all the way in Far Rockaway. So I had a lot of time to think. So I ain't gonna lie, man. I was nervous because not because of getting locked up, because I didn't know what I was getting locked up for. I didn't have no idea what they was looking for me for because I never been arrested in Far Rockaway before. These police, to my knowledge, I don't think they had any idea who I really was. They probably had a name. They saw my face, of course, because I've been stopped and frisked a lot of times. But they never caught me with anything. I've never been stopped and found with anything. So, I'm like, damn, man. I remember even telling one of my coworkers, like, yo, I'm going to jail today. I think I'm going to jail today, man. He just looked at me like, damn. And I'm still new on the job. I'm still on probation. A lot was going through my head. I was like, damn, man, like I just started this job. I'm making like 17 an hour, and this is 2008. So 17 an hour is actually great. So, I'm like, damn, man. All right, well, they can't hold me for life. So let's see what this is about. So after work, gets on that train, heads home, head to Far Rockaway. But something said, don't go to the house. Go straight to the precinct because they're probably waiting by your building. They watching for you. So I gets to the precinct, walks in. There's nobody really in there. It's just a detective. I mean, not detective. There's an officer sitting at the desk. What can I do for you? I'm like, yo, listen. Somebody said they wanted me in here for questioning. My name is Owen. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And at this time, I'm like 20. I'm 23 at the time, mind you. So just keep that in mind. I'm 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's my second time, really dealing with the police like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the first time I got locked up, that was the only time I got locked up at that time. So now these two detectives come out. You know what I'm saying? The guy, the front desk dude, he makes a phone call. And by like maybe he tells me, go sit on the bench right there. So next thing you know, like maybe like 3 minutes later, you got two detectives come out, like one big black dude and there's some other white dude. They're like, yo, you on with Martin? I'm like, yeah, I'm on with Martin. Put your hands behind your back right now, like damn, what's going on here? What's up? I put my hands behind my back, but I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? What y'all locking me up for? Oh, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You know how they are. You're gonna find out. Like, whatever. So they searched me and everything. Mind you, it was payday that day too. So I'm like, damn, man. So they put me in that little cell in the 101. Everybody know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in that little cell. I ain't gonna lie. I was in that little cell for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Felt like a very long time. So they finally come and get me. And, it's like, all right, we're going to go upstairs and go ask you some questions. I'm like, all right, whatever. Go upstairs. He looks at me. One of the detectives asks me, he's like, all right, do you have a beef out here in Far Rockaway? You've been having problems out here with somebody? I'm like, nah, man, I ain't got no problems with nobody. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Like, I be chilling. I'm going to work. That's where y'all caught me. I don't have no time for no beef. Well, that's not what we heard. And we're going to acknowledge this problem. And if you don't want to talk, then you're going to get back in the cell. I'm like, all right, whatever, because I don't have no beef. I don't know what the hell this guy is talking about. Like, all right, so cool. So there's like, all right, well, we charge you with aggravated harassment. My aggravated harassment? Who am I harassing? Like, who is this victim? Who is this person? Oh, we can't tell you, can't, relieve that information or whatever they say. We can't let that information go. You're going to have to find out from the courts or whatever. I'm like, yo, come on, man. Y'all wasting my time. You brought me in here. You asked me if I got a beef. And then you're arresting me for aggravated harassment. You're not even telling me who I'm harassing. So they're like, nah, we gotta lock you up. But don't worry. It's only a misdemeanor. You're not going to stay in jail or whatever. I'm like, whatever. So eventually they hauled me off to the bookings. Now, this is my first time actually going into the bookings and doing the booking stuff, you know what I'm saying? So when you go to the bookings, they bring you to this first cell. The first cell, that's like the intake cell. They bring everybody off the streets. First, they search you and everything. They put you in that cell. You stay in that cell probably like maybe close to an hour, you know what I mean, before they decide to move you to the second cell. Now, the second cell is where they got the phones, and that's where you're going to be spending most of your time. That's where you're going to be doing the overnight or whatever. You're going to be in that second cell for the most time. So, like I said, it's my first time in the booking, so everything seems so slow right now. Walking around, pacing, talking crap, you know what I'm saying? Listening to people, and it wasn't so bad. But you have a lot of miserable people too, because Christmas is right around the corner. Mind you, it's December 23rd. So by the time I got to the second cell, it's like Christmas Eve. So now I got to think of some numbers to call so I can get in touch with my job, because I'm just new here. I never had to call out or nothing. So luckily for me, I'm from a time where you had to remember phone numbers. We ain't just, have cell phones. We have cell phones, but I make it my business to remember important people's phone numbers. So everybody in my family, I know their phone numbers. If you're a lady and I talk to you long enough, I talk to you for a couple of months, I'm gonna remember your phone number. I'm gonna make it my business to remember your phone number off top, because of situations you never know. Your phone die, something go wrong, you need to make a phone call. So back then, one of my ex-girlfriend's mother got me that job. So of course I know my ex-girlfriend's number. I don't forget none of y'all numbers. I know all y'all numbers about heart. I don't save y'all in my phone, but when y'all birthdays come up, I make sure I dial y'all number. So it's not in my phone, but I know the numbers. So anyway, I calls her like, yo, listen, I need you to get your mom's on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So I could get the number to the hospital, to the kitchen or whatever. So I think I got the number from her, and I'm calling, and had to call out from work from jail, which is very hard to do. You know what I'm saying? I just started that job, so it was like, damn, man. But I got that out the way. So now it's time to see the lawyer. We go to that third cell. Because I'm cutting it short. I'm not gonna go too long or whatever. I'm not gonna go too crazy. So now we in the third cell. Go see the lawyer. And people, a little antsy in there. I remember seeing a little tussle in that third cell because there was some mentally challenged dude. He seemed a little retarded, I don't know. But he was just, going around when people was talking to their lawyers, coming to the cell, banging the door in the little room, banging the glass of the little room. And people was just like, what's wrong with this guy? Get him out of here, So I seen him get roughed up. I'm like, oh, wow. So I'm 23 years old, so I'm a little more seasoned. I'm a little more seasoned in these streets, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit more seasoned in life. So I'm not really stressing too much. So now I see the lawyer. Now the lawyer says, okay, we got you for aggravated harassment and sale of marijuana in the 4th degree. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? Sale of marijuana in the 4th degree? What's the 4th degree? Well, I really don't know. I don't really know. I just can't really explain it, but it's just a sale of marijuana. They say you sold the undercover some weed or something like that. So I'm like, I sold the undercover some weed. Like that's impossible. You know what I mean? Like I will never sell to nobody I don't know. You know what I mean? Unless I approach them. And hell no, I don't sell nobody I don't know no weed. So that's bull crap. But let's go through this. Let's do this. So now we get to see the judge. So now the judge, and the DA, they're like, okay, this Owen, blah, 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 blah. We charge him for aggravated harassment and sale of marijuana in the 4th degree. So, blah, 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 blah. And now the judge is like, all right, well, what's going on? Well, the DA is like, well, Your Honor, he called an undercover cop via cell phone and threatened him, and he said this in the court. I don't care if you're a cop, I will blow your fucking head off, and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, I did not say that. Yo, this is crazy. I did not say that. Like, who is the lawyer, in the court, they don't want you talking to. Like, nah, this is, I did not say that. So, they're like, all right, well, we're going to set the bail to about $5,000. I'm like, bail? They said it was a misdemeanor. They said I wasn't going to jail. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, wait, $5,000? Oh, mind you, the DA brought up my perjury charge. She said, oh, yeah, and he has a previous charge for perjury. So I think we should set the bail for like $5,000. And the judge agreed. And I looked at my lawyer. These court-appointed lawyers don't know better. I look at my lawyer. I say, yo, I got a YO for that, right? They're not even supposed to be talking about that. Why the lawyer talks to the judge, Your Honor, he has a youthful offender. Judge looks, all right, bail's going to be $1,500 cash. No bond, cash. Let's walk to the back, you know what I'm saying? And let's figure out a way to get this bail. So I'm a little tight. So just going to be a part 2. Give me a second.